All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're not just going to study for an exam, we're going to crack it wide open. We're taking a whole practice reading exam, breaking it down piece by piece, and turning all that test day stress into some serious confidence. Let's do this. I know. Seeing a blank answer sheet like this, it can feel like you're staring up at a giant mountain you have to climb. Your heart might start pounding a little, but trust me, by the end of this, you're going to look at this page and not see an obstacle. You're going to see a map, and you'll know exactly which way to go. So here's our game plan. We're going to build what I like to call our Code Breakers toolkit. First, we'll get into the right mindset. Then we'll stock our toolkit with some powerful strategies: how to figure out tricky words, how to find the big picture, how to read between the lines, and, this is a big one, how to build the perfect written answer. Okay, first up, let's get our heads in the game. Seriously, this is all about your approach. How you think about this exam is going to totally change how you perform on it. Here's the most important thing to remember. A reading exam is not designed to trick you. It really isn't. It's a puzzle. And the best part? All the clues you need are right there in the passages. The questions are just pointing you to where you need to look. Your job isn't to be a genius who knows everything. It's to be a detective for an hour, using the tools we're about to give you. Let's grab our first tool. So, what happens when you're reading and you hit a word you've never seen before? You don't panic. That's rule number one. Instead, you look for clues the author has hidden for you right there in the same sentence. It's all about using context. So check this out. This sentence is from the practice exam passage. It's describing the main character, Jumi, and we're zeroing in on that word placidly. The test wants to know what placidly means. Now, before you even look at the options, what clues do you see in the sentence? She smiled peacefully and placidly. What kind of word do you think goes along with peacefully? And boom, there it is. Calm. The big takeaway here is that the test makers literally gave you the answer. That word peacefully, that's the context clue. It's a breadcrumb they left for you. See, this code is meant to be broken. Okay, time for our next tool, and this one is a real game changer. Let's talk about the difference between main idea and theme. So many people get these mixed up. The main idea is just what happens. It's the plot summary. Jumi does this, then this happens. The theme, though, that's the big, universal message the author wants you to walk away with. It's the so what of the story. And you can bet the exam is going to ask you about this. Here's question 7, asking you to find the story's theme. Notice, it's not asking what Jumi did. It's asking what the story means. And would you look at that? The answer is hiding in plain sight. At the very end of the story, a character literally says the theme out loud. Integrity and honor always lead to the right path. The author put it right there for you. Your only job is to spot it. So, we've seen how authors can sometimes just spell things out for us, but a lot of the time, they're a little more artful, a little more subtle. They use something called figurative language to paint pictures in our minds and add deeper layers of meaning. Let's check out a couple of the most common types. First up, we have personification. This is just a fancy word for when a writer gives human traits to something that isn't human at all, like an object or even an idea. Let me show you what I mean. So in the story, the pool water blinked and was judgmental. Now, think about it. Can water actually blink? Can it judge you? No way. The author is doing this to show us just how guilty and nervous Jumi is feeling. It's like the pool itself is staring at her and she can't escape it. Next up is the simile. This one is your best friend on a test because it's so easy to spot. You just have to look for 2 little magic words, like or as. That's your signal that a comparison is happening. Check out this line from when Jumi is working her not-so-glamorous fast food job. The sound of the fryers is being compared to angry serpents, using that magic word like. This does more than just tell us there's a hissing sound. It makes us feel how threatening and hostile that sound is to her. It puts us right there in her shoes. All right, we've decoded words. We've analyzed passages. Now for the grand finale, the written response. This is where you get to put on your detective hat and bring all your skills together to build a rock-solid case. Now, a lot of exams, including this one, ask for something called an APEP paragraph. It sounds a little weird, I'll give you that, but APEP is just a simple step-by-step formula for writing an amazing paragraph that completely proves your point. Let's break it down. It's like a recipe. First, A is for answer. Just state your point straight up. P is for proof. Find a quote from the text that backs you up.
E is for explain. Tell me why that quote proves your answer. And then you just do it again. More proof and more explanation. APEPE. It's a foolproof method to make sure your argument is super strong and loaded with evidence.
And here's why this is so important, you guys. APE is not just some random trick to pass a test. This is a life skill. This is how you build a strong, convincing argument about anything. A book, an article, a movie. It teaches you how to support your ideas with actual evidence, not just your opinion.
So there you have it. Your Codebreakers toolkit is officially packed and ready to go. You know how to use context clues for tough words. You know the difference between the plot and the message. You can spot when an author is getting creative with language, and you've got a killer formula to build the perfect answer.
You're not just ready to take this test anymore. You are ready to own it. That blank answer sheet doesn't look so scary now, does it? It's just a canvas waiting for you to fill it in and show them everything you know. You've got this.